Hello, and welcome to Porn in a Donut, the adult industry interview show recorded inside a donut shop. This is Sam Saturday. This week I'm recording in West Hollywood, California, and my guest is Yuri Myeon.
Hi, Sam Saturday.
Hi, Yuri. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for joining me.
Oh, it's good to be here.
Great. Are you, you're having a bagel. You're not having a donut.
Sam just treated me to a bagel to a donut shop. It's pretty good.
It's a good bagel and from the donut
really
shop.
Good bagel.
Well, because it's not just a donut shop, it's a donut shop and cafe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus, it's Monday morning, and I have a huge hangover, but he's treating me to this amazing not donut, bagel.
Bagel. Well, I appreciate you making it here with your hangover. So, I looked up some of the movies that you've appeared in.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you appeared in Shemale XTC 12 and
Right.
Shemale Stroker 68.
Right.
Okay. I checked the official description of XTC 12 says you are gorgeous but awkward.
I know! I've read that. I'm wondering, I don't know who wrote that. I'm thinking it's probably Joey Silvera because he's the one that shot it, but at first I was a little, I guess, insulted.
So you weren't told ahead of time you were going to be described that way?
No, not at all.
Why do you think they called you awkward?
Probably. I mean, I might have been awkward. I don't know. That was that was the third shoot I've ever done in my career, so maybe I was awkward. I mean, everyone else that was on that DVD is way more seasoned than I am.
Because you're pretty new.
I'm pretty new. So,
like, how long ago did you get started in the industry?
let's see. It's November now, so it's been almost a year, a little bit more than a year.
So really new.
Really new.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because those were the main two movies that I found with your name on them. But I know you've done work for like websites and stuff too.
Right, for all the groovy websites like
Right.
Yuri Myeon and Shemale X and all that, yeah.
Okay. And I don't know, I just saw the gorgeous but awkward thing and I was like, that's kind of like a backhanded compliment.
Because every other girl's description was like glowing or just like whatever, and then they slapped me in the end with like this weird, I don't know. I'm over it now. I'm over it.
Oh, I shouldn't have brought it up then. I just saw that, and I was like taken aback. Like I was like, what the fuck are they?
Hey, we made some good stuff though, me and Joey. So. That's
Well, as long as you're proud of it,
Yeah.
and people seem to really like your like seeing you on screen because I noticed. I'm probably going to refer to your Tumblr a lot because your Tumblr for one is like really funny.
Oh, is
like
it?
the answers you give to people when they ask you questions. They're really, really funny, so I like it a lot. And I noticed that you get a lot of marriage proposals.
I think that's probably because I don't jump into hardcore pornography, and porn fans, I don't know, maybe they are more comfortable with proposing to porn stars who've never, jumped that hurdle. I don't know, maybe I'm clean enough for them or something.
And you think it's because of the work you do and not just based on like physical appearance? Because everyone always says like, you're so beautiful, I want to marry you, you're so lovely, and it all seems very superficial.
I'm sure all the girls get that though.
You
I
think?
mean, well, I don't read their blogs. I don't know how often they get proposed to. But
I guess I haven't seen it as much on other people's blogs.
Well,
So you should consider yourself, like you're very lucky you get all these marriage proposals.
Yeah, I guess so. Thank you, fans, for all the proposals. I'm very flattered.
So let's see. I noticed another thing on your blog. A recurring theme was references to Oprah. What is?
It's just if this was just a conversation that I had with my sister and my mom when I was growing up, and it's just like if there was like you know how in the UK or any other country they have like a queen or some sort of royalty, right?
Are you saying Oprah's our royalty?
I mean, we don't have that established in this country, right? So
Not officially, but
not
we
officially.
definitely have like families of power and prominence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if there was a equivalent to a queen or something for the U.S. I
Yeah.
feel like it'd be Oprah because it's just the gravitas she has, and
So why do you constantly refer to her?
I don't know. It's just she's so non-sexual, so I guess just keep referring to her and just teasing her is just very funny to me because she's this very non-sexual, motherly character to everyone. And I'm trying to sexualize her on Tumblr.
Maybe
Although,
she'll
who
see it
knows?
one day. Maybe she'll
Maybe
see it and she'll
maybe
appreciate
she
it.
will.
She'll be like, she gets it. She understands me.
Plus,
Okay.
I really want to meet her, so I mean, if that works out to my favor, that would be great.
You never know. So many people
You
meet
never know.
Oprah.
Yeah.
that it could happen to really anybody. She
Yeah.
can just like pop up from behind your couch one day.
She's not above meeting trendy porn stars, right? So, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure she would want to. She probably has. She meets
Probably
all kinds of
has.
people. Yeah. Yeah. So, let's go back a little bit to how you got started in the industry. What was your kind of incentive to start shooting porn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right now, Yuri's chewing her bagel, so she can't answer the question. She's got her finger up, like, just hold on, chewing a bagel.
Alright. So, this is going to sound very vain, but I was almost 6 months into my transition. I started transitioning about a year ago. And just at that point, I guess in my head, I just really wanted to feel validated for, deciding to transition, seeing if I'm doing the right thing by seeing if I get enough male attention. So I applied to be a model. I sent an email to Stephen Gruby, the CEO of Yuri Myeon and all those sites, and they responded that night. And then I had my shoot with Buddy Wood, my very first shoot, like maybe a week or 2 weeks later. And I blew up for a bit on that site, and I got the validation that I needed. And that's that. I mean, that's kind of, I guess, what I used pornography for, just validation for my looks.
So do you think
sorry.
you're gonna? Are you gonna stick with it and keep going?
No, I got what I needed.
Okay.
So I haven't modeled for any site or anything in almost 6-7 months. I turned all of them down because I don't know. Yeah, I got what I needed.
So really, this interview is going to do nothing for your career. Then that's really that's what we're saying is that.
Don't say that.
I don't mean to be harsh.
Sorry.
No, it just sounds like what you're telling me is that you're done, and so right now we're recording this, and now I'm just messing with you.
Oh God,
I'm
Sam!
really just
don't
messing
do
with
that.
You. I'm just. playing with you.
I'm running my Twitter and Tumblr just for shits and giggles. Really, it's fun. It's fun to just interact with people in that sort of way. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Well, okay, let's move on then. Let's talk a little bit about you more, kind of fun stuff. What are some fun things you'd like to do?
Here in LA.
Here in LA.
I just bought this new video game.
What game is that?
It's called Dragon Age.
Oh, you're playing the new Dragon Age
Yeah.
Inquisition.
I think, this is a blanket statement, but I think it's really true. I think, like, transgender people, or T-girls in particular, are very drawn to video games where we have a hand in, creating the character, like Mass Effect or whatever, because that's kind of what we've always wanted in our real life, to, like, be what we want to be, transition or whatever, so... Dragon Age has that. You can totally customize your character to whatever fucking weird person.
So what is your character?
Well, so it's like this. It's like this big bearded elf character. I'm not elf character. This dwarf character, and I don't know. I'm really drawn to hairy guys like that. I don't know.
Hairy dwarves.
Hairy dwarves. I am. So I'm playing a hairy dwarf in this video game right now. I'm really enjoying it. But otherwise, yeah, I live right where the Hollywood Hills are, and the Hollywood Reservoir's right there, so I take jogs there for fun.
We were talking before the interview started. I'm eating a donut right now. I'm eating my chocolate donut.
Yeah,
so I sound like all messed up. But we were talking
crumbs
before,
all over.
Yeah, I know. Like I can't. It's gross. Like I can't get it off my hands. We were talking before the interview started, and it turns out you live right near where I used to live.
Yeah,
which is really strange to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Up in that area. So gross. I just got like chocolate stuff all on my fingers. And
baby, I have like cream cheese on my fingers. It doesn't look like cream cheese.
See, this is the advantage of doing this sort of thing in a donut shop with food, is that we can take little breaks and talk about food on our hands and on our faces and all that. So I want to go back to the video games.
You do?
Because I'm into video games.
Okay, good.
Okay. So is that the type of character you typically play? Like if you're playing an RPG, do you typically play as like a
I typically play characters that I'm attracted to. A lot of people, play characters that they identify with, but I'm totally not into that. I'd rather play around with. I don't know. I've said it already. So.
The reason I'm interested is because, like I said, I'm into video games, and I tend to play the same types of characters every time I play a game.
Right.
Like
what kind of
What kind of character? Well, like when I played Skyrim or something.
Yeah.
I like to play as big barbarian dudes, like big muscly guys with like big swords and big axes. Because I'm really into Conan the Barbarian. I even have him tattooed on my arm.
Sweet.
So
awesome.
That's the type of stuff that I like. So I'm always doing the same characters, and I didn't realize that other people do the same thing. Where
do you identify with that character, or are you attracted to that character?
Probably both. Like
nice.
I kind of wish that I was like a big barbarian dude at some point.
When I was in like middle school, high school, before I really discovered myself, I was like weight training and eating whey protein and trying to gain weight to try to be like this like big bear, but it just wouldn't work out. That was the most confusing time of my life. Oh my god, can't imagine.
I went through a period some years ago where I was also doing like the whey protein thing and like I got like really like, I don't want to like toot my own horn because it doesn't really work anymore. Like I'm not this way anymore, but I was like really like big and ripped.
Wow.
And now I'm just like some regular normal plump guy.
He still looks good.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very flattering. I'm gonna get red again. This is just what happens during these interviews. At some point I get embarrassed.
Aww. I get red when I drink too much. Like after the second drink. It's an Asian thing.
I can't really handle alcohol much at all. It's not really a thing that I can do.
I mean,
I'll drink
obviously
though.
I can't either. I was late for the interview. I'm sorry again, by the way.
That's okay. She was about half an hour late for the interview, but that's okay. I was just sitting here, minding my own business, looking at donuts.
Poor Sam.
You mentioned Mass Effect.
Yeah.
How much Mass Effect did you play? Did you play all of them?
I played up to the second one. This is the thing that I do with a lot of video games and television shows. I refuse to watch the last episode or play the last part of a video game or play the last installment in a video game because I'd rather not have like a final conclusion to just something that I fell in love with. So
you just don't want it to end.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So like for Seinfeld, like I didn't watch the last season. In my head, it's still going on, and it's like perfect, and everything's still funny, and it's whatever. And Mass Effect, I only played up to the second game, and they're still going on adventures, whatever. I don't even know.
Did you finish the second game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was really into Mass Effect. Like that's a really big thing for me. But I spent. It took me like 2 years after the third game came out to actually play it, for some reason. Like
something about the third game.
Yeah, it was not. It was like I played it. I played the whole thing. I played all of it, all the DLC and everything, and it was good. Like it was a really good game. But it didn't. It was missing something that they had in the previous games.
Okay, so I was right.
Something, yeah. It was
I
a
was
little
guessing
strange.
something like that. Yeah, there was something that wasn't drawing me in, like the first two games did.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little off. It felt kind of rushed.
Well, if you kind of followed the development of the series, like that's when EA bought BioWare, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once that happens, the normal thing that happens to a franchise once EA buys it just goes to shit, and it did apparently. So There you go.
I like how we've turned this into like a knowledgeable video gamers like podcast and not one about like porn and donuts.
Yeah, before
it's really my fault.
before I became this beautiful porn star, I was this nerdy Asian kid, like pimply-eyed basement dweller playing video games.
You're not still a nerdy Asian kid?
I am, but I have a prettier face now, so it's easier to mask.
You hide it well. You hide your video game nerdiness well. Okay, I wanted to read you some funny thing that I read on your Tumblr. I'm going back to your Tumblr.
Okay.
And there was a question somebody wrote to you, and I'm going to read the answer that you gave them.
Okay.
Okay. So somebody wrote, "Is it wrong that I really want to eat out your cute little asshole?" And your answer was, "It's right that you want to use my butthole as a bowl and eat cereal out of it." I've never seen someone write something like that, like on like a porn blog about like eating cereal out of their ass, and I thought that was awesome. I was like, I have to meet this person and get her on my show.
I can't believe I wrote that either. I remember the situation where I was when I wrote that.
Do you write the stuff like in the middle of the night? Are you like a night owl and you just don't remember the next morning what you do?
Yeah. So I smoke a lot of marijuana. One, because okay, good. Sam does too. Just trying to be secret about it. One, because I'm a big fan of it, and second, it's one of my hobbies. I have like a garden. I'm like an old grandma, and I grow lots of strains and experiment with that. So I smoke a lot of my own shit, and yeah, the normal night for me would be, lighting up a J, turning on Tumblr and see what sort of weird questions I get, and I answer them in like a very hazy mind state, and sometimes weird shit comes out, so that's what happens.
That's really the best time to answer people's questions, though, is when you're not really yourself. It's not all there. Right. So tell me more about your garden. What else do you grow in your garden?
Bougainvilleas, green onions, basil, cilantro. We have a lemon tree. We have 2 grapevines.
Do you cook?
Of
Is
course
that
I do.
why you grow all this? Is because you like to add in your own?
Well, I have like this really big deck at my apartment, and it just looks better when there's a lot of vegetation on it. So it's aesthetic, but also we actually eat the stuff that we grow. So.
Are you talking about yourself in like the royal we person, or are you talking about a roommate?
Me and my roommate.
Okay.
And yeah.
I wasn't sure if like all of a sudden you were like, we love to go here, and we or da 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 da.
God, I'm not that obnoxious. Yeah.
I just wasn't sure. So moving on, I read that you like to take hikes.
Yeah.
How often do you go hiking?
I should go more often. Maybe once a week, sometimes twice a week.
Is that like your main form of exercise?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My main form of exercise is coming here and eating donuts.
The walk over is the exercise?
No, I even drove.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even get that.
So pressing the gas pedal is your exercise with your foot.
Yeah. It's actually pretty tough. A lot of people don't realize how much work that takes to.
I mean, legs aren't for walking anymore. It's for working the car.
Yeah. That's all they should be. I'm really kind of annoyed now. Like, okay, I'm going on a tangent, but I'm kind of annoyed that we are still at this point, and the self-driving cars are not like a common thing yet. Because there are self-driving cars now.
I hear there are, and they're actually working.
Yeah, but like, why is it taking this long? Like, when the car was invented, why didn't people just invent it so it could drive itself? Answer me that, Yuri.
I think it's a cultural thing. Maybe the way they marketed cars in the very beginning as like a replacement to horses, and it being like this sort of, I don't know. Personally, I love, I don't want to say I love driving, but my car is part of me.
Yeah, I mean, it is LA. People love to drive here.
Yeah. And I can't answer that question, Sam. I don't know.
You know why? Because it's a ridiculous question. It doesn't make any sense because I think the legitimate answer to that I would give is because we didn't have the technology for it.
Yeah.
Back when they invented the cars, so it doesn't make any sense for me to have asked that. But I kind of wanted to put you on the spot and see what you would say.
I think you know what. You're a jerk. Plus, just the way America is, and there's this what do you call it? Like this, not nostalgia, but sort of that sort of feeling of just driving out into the
adventure.
Yeah,
right.
like road trip. That's a very American
thing. Do it on your own. Yeah,
yeah.
That whole thing. Yeah. I did. Have you ever done a road trip? I've done road trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those.
Where have you gone?
Let's see. I say we, because I wasn't alone. We drove around a lot around Canada, like the back roads, from between Toronto and what's that other, Montreal.
What's that other place in Canada?
The other place in Canada, yeah. Let's see. I drove cross country from DC to LA when I moved here.
I also did a cross country drive.
Yeah.
I drove from Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Did you do it by yourself?
No, I was with. There's no way you could do something like that by yourself. You did it by yourself?
I drove from Florida to California by myself. Yeah, 3.5 days.
That's like masochistic. That's crazy.
It was really great.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But I
need
to tell someone that it's beautiful to validate that what I'm seeing is beautiful. Like, oh my God, it's beautiful. Look at it. It's beautiful. I can't just be by myself and like, oh man. I don't know.
I don't know. That was just me. I just wanted to get to California.
We made that trip in 5 days, which is really fast.
That is fast.
Yeah. We were desperate to get to California.
Oh.
Yeah. But, whatever.
You came from DC? Did you like living in DC?
No. Oh my God. It's a very, especially where I was raised, in part of, right outside of DC where Georgetown is. It's a very waspy neighborhood. Everyone, their parents are, I don't know, like lawyers or poli-sci majors or something. And it's just, that was just not me. So, yeah, I'm so glad I got out of there. I hear it's different now. I hear it's like a melting pot now.
That's where the government is, right? From what I hear?
Yes.
I think so. Whatever that is, whatever they do.
Yeah.
Okay. I am seeing, what else can we talk about? Do you need a hiking partner? I wanted to know if you need a hiking partner. Because
I would appreciate one.
Because I
hike by myself.
I get no exercise at all. So if you need a hiking partner, look me up because I'm just total waste that just sits around and does nothing.
Just keep in mind that I don't talk a lot when we're hiking.
It's because you're breathing, right?
I'm breathing.
Right.
I'm too busy breathing.
But let's do this. Let's go hiking and not talk.
Yeah.
And we'll record a podcast.
Yeah.
While we're not talking.
Just a lot of.
Yeah. That'll sound really good, I think. Okay. I think we're getting about to the end here. We're gonna start wrapping this up. Where can people find you on the internet? How do they find you?
I'm still really active with my Twitter.
What's your Twitter handle?
It's just my name, Yuri Myeon. No space, YURIMYEON. And I used to be really active on Tumblr. I'm not so much anymore just because I don't have that much content to put out, so I feel bad. So, I don't know. But I'm on there sometimes because I get the craziest questions on that. And when I get a crazy enough question, I have to answer it, so...
Thanks a lot. I'll be looking out for more of your crazy answers on Tumblr. And
Thanks.
You're like, sure, great. Okay, so this has been Porn in a Donut. My name's Sam Saturday. You can find me on Twitter at Sam_Saturday. The show website is porninadonut.com. And you can see pictures of Yuri and I on my Instagram, because I'm going to take some pictures of us. And my Instagram is This Is Sam Saturday. That's also my Facebook, This Is Sam Saturday. If you like the show, please rate it on iTunes. That would really help. Thanks again for listening. And Yuri, thanks a lot for being here.
It was my pleasure.
Really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your bagel.
I did. It's all gone now.
Thanks again for listening. Take care. Till next time.